Here's how you can master the BRRRR method with DSCR loans and why they're so powerful. And many people don't even know about using them. So if you've clicked on this video, congrats, you're already separating yourself from the other investor competition. And if you wonder why a guy who looks like he's 12 is talking to you right now on camera, don't worry, I'm a federally licensed loan officer, and if it helps you feel better, I am also married. So when you start with a fix and flip loan, you can get financing, bridge, hard money, private money to be able to acquire acquisition, to buy a property with acquisition plus construction. So you begin by purchasing the property in less than perfect condition. You use a fix and flip loan to finance the purchase and renovation, which I'm going to break down exactly how that works in a second. And then you can renovate it to increase the property value significantly. This is through forced appreciation, adding bedrooms, bathrooms, utilities, separating utilities, better utilities, having washer and dryer, things like that. And then you can take out tax-free with a DSCR loan. You can take out money to be able to get the cash back to go buy another property, or you could sell it. But either way, you can use it to buy the next one. How it works when you're doing acquisition plus construction, or when you're using fix and flip loans, is let's say you're buying a single family house for $250,000. The initial loan amount is going to be $200,000. Why? That's because you're putting $50,000 down, which is 20% of the purchase price. Now, some hard money lenders want 20% of the purchase price. Some want 20% of the whole price plus construction. That's called loan to cost. So it really depends. If you have a lot of experience, you can go as low as 10% down on a fix and flip loan, but generally speaking, 20% is the standard rule. In this case, I do my loan program for hard money is 20% down for fix and flip loans off the purchase price. So he's going to put down 50 grand. Your initial loan amount's 200 grand to purchase the property. The renovation budget is 100. So you come to me and you say, hey, I looked at the single family home with my contractor and I assessed that I'm going to need 100K to be able to fix it up and do the things that I need to do. Okay, great. Your total loan amount's 300. We take that number divided by the after repair value. That gives us the ARV percentage, right? And that's key. Hard money lenders want the ARV percentage to be below a certain amount. Most of the time it's around 70%, 75%. But in this case, you come to me and you say, hey, I think it's going to be worth 450 after construction. Awesome. So here's how the hard money loan works. 12% interest rate, 12-month term. Usually I do 9 to 12 months, sometimes 24, but I'm right around 9 to 12 months. You do an interest-only payment, and then here's your closing cost breakdown. So you have your 20% down, plus your origination fee, your doc fee, taxes, loan setup, wire, credit, all that stuff. You're looking at an initial cash to close amount of $63K. So all in, $63K is how much you'll need to acquire the property and to fix it up. We usually fund 100% of construction plus acquisition. That's how hard money lenders traditionally work. Then the draw phase comes where you start drawing on the construction money that you said that you'd need, and we approved, of course. So let's say, again, you need 100,000. As you start drawing on it, your loan amount's going to go up, which means your monthly payment is going to go up. How that works is you have to do the work first. So you have to do some rough plumbing, rough electrical, studs, gut rehab, like demolition, whatever the beginning phase is going to be. And then after you complete a certain percentage of the project, you're going to come to me and say, hey, I'm ready to draw money. Here's how much I need. Let's say you say 20,000. My inspector is going to go out there. He's going to assess that you actually did the work that you said you did. And then if everything looks good, signs off on it, gives it to me, the lender. And then we issue you the funds. Takes about 24 to 48 hours. And you pay a draw fee. I put $250. Generally, it depends on the size of the property, but it'll be around there to cover the inspector and wiring the money. Now, here's where DSCR loans come into play. And this is really key. By the way, congrats if you got to this video so far. I'm pretty sure 90% of people clicked off, so I don't even know if anyone's listening to this point, but if you are, props to you, to my 3 viewers. But anyway, the minimum loan amount for DSCR loans is $100,000 usually, okay? The credit score requirement I put here is 680 or better for favorable terms. Some will go as low as 640, 660, but honestly, your rate's going to be pretty high. So shoot for 680 or better. Loan options. You can do a 30-year fixed mortgage. You can do a 5/1 ARM, meaning it's fixed for 5 years, then adjusts after that. Or you can do an interest-only loan. So that helps lower the payment, similar to hard money lending. You can take up to 75 or 80% cash out based on the appraised value. So 75 to 80% LTV, loan to value. There's no seasoning required. Now, what does that even mean? How does that look like? Well, I'm glad you asked. So let's say you're looking at a home value of 450,000 and your max loan amount is, let's say you have a 740 score, we're going to take 80% cash out. If you have less than a 740 score, then your max out will depend. But that's how DSCR loans work. Like the lower your credit, the less you can take out. The higher your credit, the more you can take out. But the max is 80%. So let's say your maximum loan amount is 360,000 based on your value of 450,000. Okay. So your new appraised value is 450. Max loan is 360 minus your 300K. This is key. Remember, you told me on the hard money loan, hey, this is how much I need, and we gave it to you. 200K to buy, and then another 100K for construction. So the total lien on the house, total loan is 300K minus the DSCR closing cost refinance. You're gonna get about $47,000 cash to you, tax free. DSCR loans, I do a lot of them. They take about 2 to 3 weeks to close if done correctly, and so they're pretty fast, but just estimate a 4-week timeline. What's nice is you don't have to pay taxes on it. The DSCR ratio must be 1.0 or higher, and income basically must exceed expenses. We mean income from the property, okay? If the principal and interest balance, let's say the mortgage payment is $2,000, rental income must be at least $2,000 or $2,001. A lot of DSCR lenders require reserves, so you're going to need 4 to 6 months. That could be of the mortgage payment. That could be in a 401k, stocks, cash, whatever. When I say cash, I mean cash that's verified. Mattress money does not count. Please, know that. And then for rental income, what they do is they have the appraiser go out, and I'm going to have the breakdown right here so you kind of understand, okay, how does this actually work? So this is a calculator that I actually use, as a lender. And if you want this, I'm giving it for free, so I'll probably put in the description or in the comments below. But basically, you remember the 450 value, 360 is the max loan amount, 80%. Your interest rates, at the time of this recording, it could vary so much, but right around 8.25. I think you're going to be right around there, 30-year fixed. So let's say the gross monthly rental income for that house, the single family home, is $3,500. Your taxes are $500, and then your insurance, your homeowner's insurance, is $140. In my market, that's pretty standard. Your mortgage payment plus all the taxes and everything together, you have a DSC ratio of 104%. That's good. You want it at 100% or higher. 100%, anything 99% or below, you'll have issues qualifying for the DSCR loan. Please note that if the ratio is below 1-to-1, meaning the rental income is not covering the mortgage payment, there are loan programs that will still allow, we have programs that will still allow the DSCR loan to close, even if you're under 1-to-1 ratio. Keep in mind your rate will be probably a lot higher, and then your cost will be slightly higher because it's just more risk for the lender. That's why cash out refinances have higher interest rates, because the risk is generally greater. So that's how that works. The costs are fairly simple, 1 to 4 points based on loan amount. Because of cash out, like I said, it's going to be a higher cost. You can do interest only, which is available to lower the monthly payment. You could, for the minimum payment, always pay at least the minimum required amount, of course, and then consider utilities, maintenance, things of that nature. Now, prepayment penalties are a thing, and they're required for every single DSCR loan. Sometimes you can buy them out. You could say, hey, I'll do a 10% interest rate on my DSCR loan, but then no prepayment penalties. So that is possible, but you'll sacrifice a higher rate. And I'm exaggerating. I don't think it'll be 10%. But now the prepayment penalty model is 5-4-3-2-1. So meaning as the first 5 years, that's your window where if you pay it off, you're going to get penalized, and you can lower that time frame. So sometimes you can do a 3-year prepayment penalty instead of a 5-year, but then your rate's slightly higher. You could do a 1-year instead of a 3-year. There's so many ways to do it. Just know that 5-4-3-2-1 is the model that so the fee and the penalty you're paying goes down every single year. That's basically how that works. Okay. Now, if you made it this far, congratulations. I'm still probably talking to only 2 people. So we do all types of financing to get the project that you need done. Call or text me. Here's my number, 872-253-4375, or you can email me. Subscribe if you want to get a lot more high level value that not many people know about to be able to fund and get the financing you need to buy the projects and achieve financial freedom. My name is Stef, and thanks for tuning in. Thank you.